so that we can use it later on. Hello, y'all. Welcome to our um, what do you call it? Spotlight session. To our spotlight session. So I'm just going to make sure. Yep, looks like we're live. I'm so glad you guys are here. If you are on my email list, you should have gotten a link for you to join us live in the Zoom if you'd like to. Otherwise, you're welcome to just watch us right here. And welcome to the Mind Moments Spotlight. So I'm Cindy, I'm the curator of this group, and I am so excited to have you join us here. You are in for a real treat because these weekly check-ins, or almost weekly, are where we dive into some insightful sneak peeks from some of the personalized strategy sessions that go on in our Mind Moments membership and in some of our Clarity cohorts. So today's session is on how to create your own self-compassion box. So raise your hand or type an X if you know what I mean when I say creating your very own self-compassion box. See if you have any ideas of what we're going to talk about, because these little boxes can be so powerful. And they can also be fun because they are going to become like a physical reminder of the amazing things that make you who you are. And, it's a way for you to just embrace yourself with kindness, love, and support. So we're going to jump right in and we're going to start building this space right now that's going to celebrate who you are. We're going to start with some empathy, some understanding, really that understanding that only you can give yourself because you know yourself inside and out. And we're going to add a little bit of creative flair to this process. So I'm going to double check, make sure we're still doing our thing. I think we sure are. If you are joining us, type in the box where you're joining in from and let us know, those of you who are joining us on YouTube, because this is going to be in our playlist, our Spotlight playlist. Hey, let us know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to hear from you. So as we get started, I would love for you to close your eyes for just a second and then just imagine having one of those really rough days and life feels overwhelming. You got deadlines maybe that are tight, either self-imposed deadlines or external deadlines that you are just feeling the pressure of, or you're just feeling drained for whatever reason. But then you open up your self-compassion box, and inside there are little notes and trinkets, quotes, keepsakes, things that instantly remind you of your strength, your resilience, and the love that you have for yourself. Because sometimes you're the only person that you can rely on for that kind of stuff. Now, how would that feel? Let me know. Type it in the comments. How would it feel? Let that sink in. To have a box at the ready. Well, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk for just a few minutes on how to create your very own personal retreat in a box. And it doesn't even have to be that big. So take a look at this box. This is a box that I get regularly from one of my suppliers for the beads that I use for my Etsy shop. And that is something that I have access to. I could just throw them away, but I could use them to make me a series of personal retreat boxes. People call them soothing boxes. You can call it a self-compassion box, which is what I'm calling it. You can call it a memory box, a mental health box, a collection, whatever you want to call it, you are welcome to do that. So I want to let us get started on that. Okay, so let's think about it. Hopefully, you are already thinking about what you could put in your box. All right. So, first things first, you need to pick a theme. It's not 100% essential, but it makes it more fun, I think. So, overall, think about what this overall vibe of your particular box is going to be and the things that you want it to feel like or to radiate from this little box. All right. Think of some themes, and I'm going to give you a couple of ideas here. Maybe you want to make a calming box, something that reminds you of nature and actually has things from nature right in there that you can just take off the shelf anytime you want, whether you're at home, you're in your bedroom, you're at the office. You have these boxes set up there. And this is sort of like those sensory boxes that teachers make for children with special needs. They open it up and there's things in there that just calm their nervous system. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to tap into that type of thing for ourselves. It's like an elevated sensory box for grown-ups. So we're going to think about maybe a motivating box, something you're going to create when you just want that inner strength to be sparked and to really tap into that. Or maybe even a joyful box, something that makes you feel joyful when you're feeling like things are just a little bit out of sorts, or maybe even a lot out of sorts. You could call it like a starlight serenity box. There's so many different ideas. And that's what this little session is about, just to kind of get your brain working and thinking and focusing on what you could do for yourself that is going to be such a support, such an inspiring thing. And you'll tell you what, it doesn't have to cost you a dime because everything that you might want to put in this box is probably laying around the house somewhere. And this will give you a special place to put it. If you have a favorite color, if you have a favorite element that you like, stars, moonlight, oceans, rainbows, think about what makes you feel most peaceful or inspired. Maybe it's sand from the beach. You could put a little container of sand in here. So let's just think about it. Do you have a theme in mind? What comes to mind for you? One of the resources that I'll be sharing for the people that are on the email list is a PDF that gives you 7 different themes to consider when making your own self-compassion box. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure that I have your email. Hey, I see Sharon, Denise, Tiffany, several people joining us right here in the group. So thank you for joining us. So step number 1 is to pick a theme. So, type that in the comments so you don't forget. Number 1, pick a theme. Excuse me. Then number 2, let me take a quick drink here. Number 2, you're going to think about those items to put in that self-compassion box. Now, you've got your theme. Let's talk about those items. Type them in the comments if they're coming to mind already so you don't forget. Think about it. What are you going to put in your self-compassion box? Now, I have a few ideas that I can share with you. I can even show you one of the things I would inspire you, or not inspire you. I'd like you to consider is to put a timer in there so that when you do utilize your compassion box, set it a timer for 15 minutes and just let yourself go, and mentally, emotionally, and just enjoy it. Don't worry about, being late for this or that. Set a timer so you don't forget. You don't get too lost in the moment, and then go forward. And, I love timers. I've used them for my entire career as an educator, working with children with special needs and their parents. Timers, big thing, very, very self-supporting for a variety of reasons, but we're not going to go into that right now. So I want you to think of some things that you could put in your box that would remind you to show yourself some love and care. All right, so here's a few ideas. And if you have some ideas coming to mind yourself, go ahead and type them in the comments. You could put motivational quotes in the box. Like I have a whole box full of these cards with motivational quotes on them. I use them sometimes when I send out goodie packages to people, which I owe two people a goodie bag. So I'm going to be getting those in the mail today. But anyway, put some motivational quotes in there, something that's going to lift you up. Like this one right here. It says, do something that makes your heart sing, and do it every single day. So that could go in your box. You could put letters of support to yourself. Maybe write yourself a letter. If you've written a self-compassion letter, that's one of the exercises that I encourage my clients to do when we're working together. If you've written about your future self, whatever it is, or maybe it's something really neat that you have received from someone else that you have in a drawer or something, get that thing out and put it in this box so you can revisit it on a regular basis. And then also maybe little tokens, little things of appreciation, like I love journaling. And I purchased this tiny journal from someone. It's handmade. She made it out of leather. It's got little pages in there. I haven't even written them. But just looking at it, it's cute. I love it. And it inspires me to get out the big journal and to really spend some time with myself. There's also this really cute little pencil. Do you know this was a freebie and a gift I got from someone? Isn't it neat? She made it herself. And so that's in here just to kind of inspire me, get me going. You could put photos in here. You could put roller bottles with essential oils, or maybe even a inhaler that has lavender or something in it. There's lots of things you could put in there. Another idea, maybe get out that jade roller that you got a long time ago and put that in there. It could be crystals or small stones that you really like. This is something very simple that came from my grandkids. Someone with autism. I love someone with autism. So put it in there, whatever it could be. And today's email resource is going to give you, it's a PDF, and it's going to give you 7 ideas, like I said, of tangible tools that you can create your own self right there in the home for your emotional support. So feel free to write it in the chat. What do you think? Are there some things that come to mind right now that you could put in your own personal box? Something that will help you feel nurtured, encouraged, maybe loved, warm, fuzzy, whatever it might be. Let me know. Post it down there in the comments. And you know what? Just remember that whatever's in this box doesn't have to have meaning to anyone else. It's totally personal. It's something that you use yourself that feels comforting and empowering to you. There's nothing in here that anyone else has to ever see. It's all just for you. So there you go. You've got to come up with a theme. That's the fun part. Decide what you're going to put in that box. And then the third step is really just doing it, getting yourself a personal action plan going. There you go. Something that is going to get you started. And we already did some brainstorming on a theme. I'm going to send you a resource on the tangible tools for emotional support. And then it's time for the action plan. So, what is it going to be? If you want to just take that one first step for building your own compassion box, whatever it might be, any kind of box you might have laying around the house that you can put stuff in, get it out and tell me, what is it you are going to do to get started? It could be choosing your box. Just do that. Pick a box, get it ready. It could be gathering a few of your special items to put in your box. It could be just writing that self love note that you're going to put in there. Whatever it is, give yourself one task to do today to get you started on building this self compassion collection. I love the idea of using it. And if you're feeling brave, go ahead and post it in the group, in the Essentials for Peace and Balance group right here. Make a post, show us what your box looks like. And you know what? In that resource that I'm sending out, that PDF, I'm going to put a few links to some YouTube videos that tell you how to take these boxes and decorate them a little bit, make them a little bit fun and exciting. And then you can use those boxes, like I said, at home. You can use them in the office if you are in the office and have a collection of boxes to use just when you're having a tough time. Or maybe in your room, your bedroom, when you go to bed at night. Put the boxes on a shelf somewhere where you can just tune into yourself before bedtime. Whatever it is, make your goal pretty simple because, hey, that's what this is about. Something light, something fun, something that's going to be super nurturing. So, as we get ready to wrap up this spotlight session, I just want to remind you that it doesn't have to be anything super duper fancy. You can decorate the box if you want to, but you don't have to. You can purchase things to put in the box if you want to, but you don't have to. It's something that you can do to create a space in your life for self compassion, plain and simple. Something very basic, utilizing things that you already have to create a powerful moment of kindness, of calm, of encouragement just for yourself. And take pride in that little box because you know what? Whatever you decide to put in here, it is a reflection of the love and the care that you deserve. So, before we go, if you are excited to continue on this journey of self compassion, be sure to check out our upcoming Clarity Cohort Collection. It's coming in October, and you are going to be what it is taking a deeper dive into some of practices just like these things that we're doing right now, and for you to really create sustainable growth and transformation in your life. And these sessions, there's three of them that you are welcome to check out. The first one is on managing triggers in your well-being. We did a clarity challenge not too long ago in our Facebook community. And these three cohorts are just taking it a step further for those of you who want to really dig in. The first one is about mastering your emotional responses, how you respond to stress and things like that. The second cohort is really on how to create that daily rhythm using supports like this for peace and purpose and balance in your life. And then the third one is just how to create that lasting change and cultivating your joy for the long term. So it's a way for you to shift from being reactive in life to being intentional and designing a life that really fills you up day in and day out. So thank you all for being here, for listening, for taking part in the very first step to building your own self-compassion box. So if you have any questions, feel free to post them, comment about them. And thank you for joining us. When I post these clarity sessions or these spotlight sessions, they are really to give you ways to explore some valuable tips to enhance your mindset, to foster personal growth, and to help you achieve your goals in the process. Because really, it's that underlying mindset and personal growth that shows up in those goals that we want to reach as employees, as entrepreneurs, as grandparents, as husbands, wives, partners, whatever it is, just creating a life that's beautiful, that's thought provoking, and really centered around what matters most to you emotionally and spiritually. So if you're watching this recording and you're on YouTube, I'd encourage you to join us in our Facebook community, Essentials for Peace and Balance. It's a perfect place for you to connect with other people who are seeking peace and balance. And you can share your journey and you can get like an extra dose of inspiration and support every single day. And then those of you who are watching and want to get weekly reminders when we have these clarity and spotlight sessions, and you'll get these complimentary resources straight into your box, whatever that may be, to your email box. Then we do this every single Monday, or not every Monday, but many Mondays at noon Eastern time. And it is a perfect midday check-in for you to get started off on the week, an extra boost of creativity, gives you practical tips and exercises, maybe actionable steps that you can take right away in your life, like this box. This is something you can do today. So thank you for joining me and for being a part of the spotlight session today. Let's make each moment in our lives magical, and let's do it together. So take care and remember that simplifying your life and focusing on the simple pleasures are what really are the key to sustainable success. So thank you so much for joining us here, and we will see you at the next spotlight session. Bye bye.